Scriptures on humility. With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2. Let nothing be done through strife or vain glory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. Philippians chapter 2, verse 3. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. Proverbs chapter 11, verse 2. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. Romans chapter 12, verse 16. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up. James chapter 4, verse 10. Whose adorning let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair, and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price. 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 3 to 4. Put on therefore, as the elect of God, holy and beloved, bowels of mercies, kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, long-suffering. Colossians chapter 3, verse 12. A man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23. By humility and the fear of the Lord are riches and honor and life. Proverbs chapter 22, verse 4. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 14. Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6. Who is a wise man and endued with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness of wisdom. James chapter 3, verse 13. Take my yoke upon you, and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Matthew chapter 11, verses 29 to 30. Before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 12. Finally, be ye all of one mind, having compassion one of another. Love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 8. And he sat down and called the 12, and saith unto them, If any man desire to be first, the same shall be last of all, and servant of all. Mark chapter 9, verse 35. And base things of the world, and things which are despised, hath God chosen, yea, and things which are not, to bring to naught things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 28 to 29. He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Micah chapter 6, verse 8. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 33. Good and upright is the Lord, therefore will he teach sinners in the way. The meek will he guide in judgment, and the meek will he teach his way. Psalm 25, verses 8 to 9. He must increase, but I must decrease. John chapter 3, verse 30. For the Lord taketh pleasure in his people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Psalm 149, verse 4. But it shall not be so among you, but whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Matthew chapter 20, verses 26 to 27.